So, what is nihilism? That's the rejection of all principles, religious or moral, in the belief that life is meaningless. And I believe that there are definitely definite ways around this. Um, and this is just like a few summaries of what I've done in order to work around this right now. Um, my situation is still pretty bad. Like I've got no money, I've got no food in the cupboards at the moment. I've got COVID, so I can't actually like go out and buy shit. Plus, I don't have money because I can't work. But everything is fine. This is just a test of life. Um, but like how I keep myself. What do you call this? How I keep myself above it all. At least my mentality above the water is by practicing gratitude. And this is the things that I do to practice gratitude. It's just three things really. Number one is gratitude journaling. I've probably talked about this in my previous video of how to journal or something like that. I don't know. I'll put it up. It'll be up today. Um, and it's just literally writing about what you're grateful for. And if you don't want to do that, you can also write to someone about why you're grateful for them. You don't even need to give them the letter, you know? That's something that I learned off of Hamza. But yeah, gratitude journaling. So I'd probably give this like 2 weeks before you like try and quit it. It's because it's like I did it and then it didn't really make me feel better. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to give it like a few weeks at least before you actually feel anything different, and you're gonna feel fake doing it. Yeah, it's definitely good, especially for the first few weeks. You're gonna definitely think that it's stupid, just like I did. But if you don't want to be that down in the dumps person anymore, and you want to feel like there's something to look forward to, then this is definitely the way. So yeah, just write on a piece of paper. This one, the preferably your journal, and yeah, just write that you're grateful for stuff. Like I'm grateful for the pen that I bought. Right, this pen. It's a pretty nice pen. It's like fancy and stuff. It's like a .8 liner. I use it for drawing in that. But I'm not actually drawing a lot, but it's definitely a good pen for journaling. Yeah, see what I mean? This is a really good pen. But I'm able to think like that just because I've journaled how to be great, how I'm grateful for things, and I write about it in my journal. If I'm feeling grateful about a certain person, then I write to them, even if it's your father who's like beating you up or whatever. I know that sentence will probably get lots of flack, where it's like, oh, you don't know my life, you don't know what my mother and father did to me and stuff. It's like you're still birthed into the world, and your situation may be bad, but like you probably appreciate parts of it. So it's not all bad, is it? Um, yeah. The second point would be to have gratitude walks. See, I love doing this. I like to go outside, walk around the block. That's literally all you have to do. And if you feel like you should take more, do it. Um, so I live in a place right now where there are lots of trees. I live in New Zealand, so it's always going to be nice. There's always something that you can appreciate just by walking outside. You know, I live in like Wainui, so Wainui Mata, so it's like surrounded by like a mountain range with heaps and heaps of trees, plus the sky. The weather feels nice, if not windy or cold, which I'm not really the biggest fan of, but you learn to appreciate that shit. Um, and yeah, you just walk around and you can breathe in the air and breathe out. Thank God for giving you the ability to see things. Thank God for trees and stuff. Yeah, it's a very powerful experience. It takes you out of your head just going for a walk just to have a walk. And people always laugh at me when I try to like, hey, you want to go for a walk with me? Or it's like, nah, they're always like, go for a walk. It's a really nice. When was the last time you actually just looked up and appreciated things that surrounded you? You know. And lastly, would just be just being grateful. You know, sitting in your chair. For example, you might be in a examination where your brain is getting squeezed of all the information that it's got. But um, taking 2 minutes. I mean, you're running out of time. Obviously, you're doing a test, but taking 2 minutes to yourself just to think that, uh, thank thanks for life. You know, thank thank you for putting me in this position that I actually get to take this test. And this goes hand in hand in mindfulness to just catch yourself whenever you're down. Um, and also by yeah, just catching yourself whenever you're down and like redirecting that energy, thinking of something else, because you should be the controller of your own mind. So by controlling your own mind and thinking of what you do have to look forward to next in the day, I mean, I can get through this test, but I'm so grateful for the dinner I'm gonna have later, you know? And I know like people are probably gonna say that I shouldn't know anything about being grateful in life because I'm, 23-year-old who hasn't really done anything, but I can tell you myself that like I had to learn how to be grateful about these things, especially working away from home since I was 17, not really having any parents or any what do you call this, fallbacks, safety nets, because my mom is heavily addicted to drugs and my father is now dead. I have like $47 in my account. I've got COVID right now, so I can't actually work. And yeah, I have like it's not even 9 cans of tuna. It's like 5 cans of tuna that I'm gonna edge out to, so I don't try to lose as much muscle mass as I'm probably gonna lose after the sickness. But it's all about keeping your head above water, and you control your mind. You control it by doing these exercises, and these are exercises that probably the best of the best practice. I mean, how can you be a rich person without, or how can you have everything that you could ever want and then not appreciate it? Be depressed. How does that happen? Well, people don't practice gratitude. They don't appreciate the things that they have. I think it's why people who are rich, people who are billionaires, always say to the to people who constantly ask him, "Do you have this yacht? Do you have that? Do you have this?" And they always give you advice, the same cliche advice of like try not to attach yourself to material things because that's not what life is about. Obviously, I'm not rich, but I think there's something there. There's definitely something there because it doesn't actually give you happiness. It's this, and practicing gratitude helps.